Coming up on Let's Get to the Point.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about credit cards regardless of annual fees, the rewards, benefits, no rules, and maybe a little bit of judgment discussion about why we are going to keep these credit cards. Are you ready for this? It's the Amazon Prime Visa from Chase.
Look at Nicole's face.
That's a face, Nicole.
Sorry, I was trying to withhold judgment.
And this benefit also extends to at least one or and sometimes up to 8 companions on your itinerary. So it could be a good way to offset those annual fees.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
And your team carry-on.
She's team backpack.
Backpack.
And now, let's get to the points. She loves traveling luxuriously for a fraction of the cost. It's Serena. He embraces every travel experience, and he proves adventure is found everywhere. It's Miguel. She teaches you and your family to travel on a budget while indulging in a little bit of occasional luxury. It's Nicole. And he loves using his points to fly some of the world's best airlines in first class. It's Mitch Shannon.
Welcome and thank you for joining us on Let's Get to the Points video audio podcast, where we bring you the very best in tips and tricks in the world of miles, points, and travel. I'm Mitch Shannon, and I am joined by my beautiful co-hosts who love traveling the world with their families using their credit card points and miles. First up, her favorite trips are anywhere the weather is pleasant.
Yes.
It's Serena.
Hi, everyone.
He's our points and miles friend who's always thinking of us, and he always sends us award availability for upcoming trips, and we really appreciate that. It's Miguel.
Yeah, what's up?
And if we can describe her in one word, I think we would choose maximizer. It's Maximizer Nicole.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Please help us out. Click the subscribe button now below to our YouTube channel, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you watch or listen. Also, give us a like, leave us a comment below, and tell us what you think about our show. Now let's do it. Let's get to the points. On one of our recent episodes, we had a challenge on what 3 cards we would keep forever and what they would be. And Miguel, you had a very great point about that episode, which was...
Yeah, I'm just thankful that was fake, because there's no way we could live with just 3 cards. And thankfully, we can apply for 20 or 30 cards.
We could apply for a lot, but it was a good episode, right? And that leads us to tonight's show. And we're going to shift the narrative just a bit from 3 travel reward credit cards to keep forever to just, any cards that we want to keep forever. Now, as we know, one of the few things that really affects your credit score is your average age of credit, which is the average length of time all of your open credit accounts have been active. And one thing that really helps this is keeping cards active and open for very long periods of time, especially cards that you opened a long time ago. Keeping these cards open is one factor in having a great credit score, helping you open more cards to get more sign-up offers. So tonight, we're going to be talking about credit cards regardless of annual fees, the rewards, benefits, no rules, no challenges, just some honest, fun, and maybe a little bit of judgment discussion about why we are going to keep these credit cards as part of our long-term keeper card strategy. So Nicole, you're going to go first. What are some of your keeper cards?
So you know what they say, you never forget your first. My first credit card was the Capital One Venture X, and I would definitely keep that forever. Here are the 3 reasons I would keep it. Number 1, a net 0 annual fee. The annual fee is $395. Well, currently, we know how things go in this credit card points and miles game. Currently at $395, you get a $300 travel credit, and you also get 10,000 anniversary points, which equates to about $100. So you're netting about $400 worth of credit for $395 in fees. You're going to get 2 points per dollar on everything that you spend. And the best part, you get lounge access. Not just only priority pass lounges, but you get access to the beautiful Capital One lounges. I love those lounges. That's my first card. I've had it for over 2 years now. Hasn't disappointed. The referral bonuses are plentiful. You get 25,000 points per referral, which is enough for an economy and a half ticket to Europe, I would say. So I definitely have on the top of my list the Capital One Venture X. Number 2. This one's a newcomer. This is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, not the preferred. And I'm going with the Reserve just because of the Sapphire Lounge.
Of course.
Why else?
God.
Ready for the next Olympics already.
I'm already ready. I'm just thinking, if this experience was the first one of its kind, what's to come in the future? Hopefully, the annual fee won't increase soon, because I would say about a year or two ago, the annual fee went up. The annual fee is $550 and you get a $300 travel credit, which is super easy to use. I also get an additional $180 from the Instacart credit of $15 per month. The annual fee is being reduced by a lot, so it's easy for me to justify keeping this card. They have opened up new lounges at JFK, LaGuardia, IAD, and Boston. And these are very similar to the Capital One lounges, and I am excited to visit these and give you guys a review. Now, my final pick, any guesses?
It's probably lounge related.
Actually, this one is not lounge related. My last one is American Express. I would keep the American Express Blue Business Plus. There is no annual fee on this card, and you get 2 times the points on every dollar that you spend. This card is a no-brainer. With no annual fee, I can keep my membership rewards points alive without ever have to paying any extra. And with 2 points per dollar, I mean, you don't get any better than that anywhere in American Express. And this is on everything up to $50,000 a year. These cards I could consider living with
Ever.
Considering that the annual fees stay relatively the same, I'm happy with my trio.
Nicole, I think it's just so funny because just a few months ago, when Chase decided to dump restaurants from Priority Pass, you were going to cancel this card or downgrade back to the preferred. And all they had to do was set up a Sapphire Lounge at the Paris Olympics. I'm sure they had no idea that they would be able to buy you like that.
Well, I think that's how the marketing team works. Like, we're going to convert someone. They just didn't know it was going to be me.
I didn't know it was going to be you either, because it's very surprising, especially with a $550 annual fee. But that's great.
Yeah, I think because I actually use the Instacart credit, that is definitely helping. But that lounge, I think they're going to expand. This is my hope, more into the experiences with that card. They're really branching out with different opportunities in that card. And I'm just excited to see where it will go. Now, if the annual fee gets too much, I will gladly jump off that boat that was on the Sin River and be like, peace out, homie.
Nicole, when we recorded our show last week, I didn't get to see your footage of the lounge, so I wasn't quite sure. But when I was editing it and I was putting it together and I saw the footage from that lounge and that experience, that was a really nice lounge. I'm going to back you up on that. It was really nice.
So now you understand.
I do. I understand. Now that I have a visual with video, I understand why.
I already thought the tote bag and the water bottle was really nice.
Freebies. That's all it took you, Serena, right?
Mitch, you've seen my fabulous trio. What is going to be your set of keeper cards?
It's a nice trio, Nicole. I will say that. And I think we've got one card that's even going to overlap as well in the cards that I'm going to try to keep forever. So I went off the rails a little bit with this tonight. So I'm going to...
Oh, as usual.
Were you living high on the hog?
I don't know. Well, we'll reserve judgment, but I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about this. So I really want to know what you guys think about my selection as well. So the first one, are you ready for this? It's the Amazon Prime Visa from Chase.
Look at Nicole's face.
Come
That's
again?
a face, Nicole.
Sorry, I was trying to withhold judgment.
That's okay. We are allowed to make judgment on each other. I want to keep this card forever, and here's why. So in our house, we do quite a bit of Amazon shopping.
There it is. That's the reason.
Not as much as going to the Airline grocery market, but
I
still,
was just about to ask, is there an Airline credit card?
But we still do a lot of shopping on Amazon because it's just easy, right? We love this card for a couple of reasons. First is the most important one is we get 5% cash back on all the Amazon brands, which is Amazon.com, Fresh, Whole Foods, and then you get 5% on the Chase travel purchases. So that's great. You get 2% cash back with gas stations, restaurants, transits, like Uber, and then 1% on everything else. Of course, we don't use the 1% on everything else. We just primarily use this card just for Amazon. And they occasionally got like these deals where you get like 10% back if you got to look for those as well. During their recent Prime Day, they were offering 6% cash back if you changed your shipping speed on a couple of purchases. It's an added incentive for stuff if you can, wait for it a little bit. Now, here's the thing, Nicole. Here's why I use this card so much. We use it like our little piggy bank for our trips that we are going to take. In my head, I save this cash for our trips to the Maldives to pay for our yacht transfer. So that's what I do with all our cash back that we get on the Amazon Prime card.
Mitch, you realize you're talking to a math teacher, right? How much you couldn't even buy the whole entire Airline store to pay for that yacht transfer. I was like, oh, he's going to pay for the pizza in the Maldives.
For two people, that's $2,000. That means that at 5%, you'd have to spend $40,000 on Amazon, which you might. I don't know.
You might, Mitch.
Your closet, your garage may be full of boxes.
Yeah, I know that is a lot, 40,000, but I do the buying groups. So I'm able to get, a little bit of cash back because I do the Amazon devices when you buy those and everything. And if you do the 6%, not bad. You do get a little bit of cash there. Maybe it's a little more than a pizza that I'm getting in my Amazon card piggy bank on my card.
That math is definitely mathing. That
Okay.
math makes sense.
Okay, so I'm glad we're mathing correctly, Nicole, because I was a little worried there. But yes, it's more than a pizza that we're making back on Amazon.
Well, you said buying groups, and so of course she believes it now.
Of course.
Because Nicole loves buying groups herself.
I
Magic
know.
word.
Yes. Buying groups, lounges.
Nicole, you and I are on the same wavelength tonight. Chase Lounge in Paris, Amazon cashback buying groups. It's like, we're speaking the same language.
We are.
Let's see if we speak the same language on my next card. So the next card that I'm going to keep forever is the Citi Double Cash Card. It's a great no annual fee card that earns 2% cash back on all of my purchases. But here's where it gets a little better. If I pair this card with the Citi Strata or the Citi Prestige, I can then transfer that 2% cash back into points at 1-to-1 value, turn them into thank you points, and then transfer them to Citi's airline and hotel transfer partners for some even greater value as well. So keeping this card ensures that I'm going to get 2% back on every purchase that I make. And there are very few cards that offer 2% back with a no annual fee. Downside of this card is there is a 3% foreign transaction fee, which is something to kind of keep an eye out for. But, being able to pair this with the Citi Strata card, great way you can stockpile some points. And especially if you've got a P2 who can be a little difficult to get on board with all this points and miles stuff, just give them this Citi Double Cash card and let it ride. And then you don't have to worry about, are they using the right card or not? That's kind of a lazy way. But if they're a little resistant, it's a good way to get them on board. All right, Nicole, like you, my final card that I'm going to keep open forever and ever is my Blue Business Plus for American Express. It's a business credit card. It comes with no annual fee, just like you said. It doesn't report to my credit report. Keeps me under $5.24 with Chase if I want to get another one. It earns 2 membership reward points for every dollar I spend up to the first $50,000 in the calendar year. Another reason I want to keep this card forever, it's a great way to ensure that my membership reward points, they stay safe. When I close my gold or platinum card, I'm not going to lose those points. We've even seen some targeted sign-up offers on this card. In fact, I got one last year for 75,000 membership reward points for $15,000 in spend over a year. I jumped on that. If you look around, you might be able to find one of these targeted offers as well. So those are the cards that I want to keep forever and ever. My piggy bank and my Amazon Prime card. It's one of my favorite cards that we use. All right, Serena, I know you've done some yacht transfers before. Do you use your Amazon Prime card to pay for those?
I don't have the
I doubt that.
I don't have the Amazon Prime card, but I have a feeling you've got Nicole thinking about it now.
Absolutely not.
Okay. She'll probably change her mind in a couple months when Amazon opens a lounge somewhere.
Probably then.
Exactly.
So I don't have the Amazon card, but those are good picks, Midge, and it gives us something to think about. Okay, so here are my picks. I have 4 cards that I consider to be keeper cards in my portfolio. And the first one is the Capital One Venture X. I agree with everything everything that Nicole said. And I also really like how this card comes with travel protection and car rental insurance, which is very helpful when you're traveling too. Okay, my second card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is a $95 annual fee card, and it's good just to keep the ability to transfer to partners. So this card also comes with very good travel benefits, good multipliers, and travel protection and car insurance. But for Chase, I feel like it's very important to have a card that allows you to transfer to partners like Hyatt. In order to transfer to Hyatt, you would either have to hold the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or the Chase Inc. Business Preferred. So Nicole, I'm sure this is another good reason why you're holding onto the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It's not just for the lounges, right? You want to transfer to Hyatt.
Yes, the lounges had me so caught up, I completely forgot about Hyatt. That's how big the lounges are. I forgot about Hyatt.
Gosh, I need to check out one of these lounges.
But yes, definitely the ability to transfer to Hyatt is bar none.
Okay, my third card is the Hilton Aspire card. This is my favorite hotel card. It has a high $550 fee, but I get so much value from the benefits. I get diamond status, a free night reward when you apply for it, and every year thereafter, I get a $200 Hilton Resort credit that's issued 2 times per year, and then a $50 quarterly flight credit. So I've been going to a lot of high-end Hiltons for the last couple of years. And so I feel it's very necessary to have this card before you go to a very nice international Hilton for sure. And my fourth card, and this might be surprising to everyone, it is the American Express Business Platinum card.
It's not, I'm not surprised.
You're not?
You told us before the show started, so.
So I know this has a high annual fee of $695, but remember, I don't have any personal American Express cards because I'm in pop-up jail. I have to stick with just the business cards for now, but here's why I'm choosing this card. This card has lots of benefits, but I'm only mentioning the ones that I actually care about. I use the $200 airline credit. I use the $400 Dell credit, and I do use it for stuff that we need or for gifts for other people. I like the Centurion Lounge access and the Escape Lounge access. I know Centurion doesn't allow guests anymore unless you spend a crazy amount on the card, but I can still bring my kids into the Escape Lounges, which is what I like to do. I also like the 35% pay with points rebate. This feature has been increasingly important to me, especially lately. So with this rebate, you get 35% of your points back as a rebate when you book a flight through the Amex portal. And it has to be a flight in business or first class on any carrier or an economy flight on the airline that you selected. So as my kids have gotten older, I've been planning last minute trips, especially for sports. So this rebate really comes in handy because then I'm not having to pay so much out of pocket for our flights. I used this benefit when I sent my husband and daughter on a Marriott Moments package in Cancun. Thank you, Miguel. And I used it again for my parents recently because they got a free cruise offer and they want to leave in a few months. So I had to get them flights. So I used this 35% rebate for their flights. So I think this is a great benefit to have on a card when I can't find great award pricing. And then the last feature that I like on this card is the $10 per month wireless credit and the cell phone protection. I've had to make a claim for a cracked screen on my husband's phone, and it was such an easy process that I just don't want to put my cell phone bill on another card. So there's something to be said about great experiences. When I went through this issue with the cracked cell phone and getting reimbursed and going through the claims administrator, American Express made it so easy for me. And so I think there's something to be said about good experiences like that. If you do something really good for the customers aren't going to leave. I'm not leaving. I'm still putting my cell phone monthly bill on the American Express Business Platinum because I had such a good experience in the past. That's why I'm keeping that card year after year.
In last week's episode, I talked about that cell phone protection, and it's really helpful, especially with teenagers and husbands too.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. I feel like more for husbands. Miguel, I know you have a good list. Let us know what your keeper cards are.
I had a very long list and I had to try to narrow it down. I got down to 5, if that's okay. But out of the 5 keeper cards that I'm going to go over today, I actually only have 2 of those. The other 3 I don't have yet.
So these are prospective keeper cards.
I'll make my case as to why, if you have these cards, they're keeper cards for most people. But here's my list. So the first card is, as some of you mentioned, the Venture X. I think that one provides value. I don't want to repeat what you all said, but I think it provides a net positive value year after year. So I plan to keep that card forever. The second card that I would keep is my Hyatt card. This card has a $95 annual fee, but it comes with a free night certificate every year. And every year that I've used it, I've gotten rooms that are worth more than $95. So I definitely keep this one. It also helps with my elite status because it gives me 5 elite nights every year. The third card I consider a good keeper card is an IHG card. I currently don't have this card, but I would like to have it. Aside from it offering a free night certificate every year, just like the Hyatt card, this one also gives you the ability to get the 4th free night when you redeem points for the IHG hotel brand. The fourth card that I wanted to talk about is the US Bank Altitude Reserve card. I feel like I like to get into this bubble and just think about American Express, Chase, Capital One, and Citi, and we don't think about other bank credit cards because they don't have transfer partners. They're not as sexy, but I think the US Bank Altitude Reserve card is a pretty good card. It does have a $400 annual fee, which is high, but much like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it has a credit. So this one has not only a travel credit, but also dining. So the first $325 that you spend on that card for either travel or dining, you're going to get back as a statement credit. So I effectively see this as a $75 annual fee card.
That's pretty sexy.
That is pretty sexy.
Is it sexy enough for you to get it though, Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pushing it. When you say it like that, it's more like a 7.
Let me keep selling it to Nicole. This next thing might not be the best for Nicole, but because it doesn't have a Priority Pass lounge membership, but it does come with 8 Priority Pass visits per year. So if you are somebody that doesn't travel a lot, maybe travels once or a few times a year, this might be good enough for you because you do get 8 passes. So whether you use it yourself 8 times or you have a family of 4 and you use it for a round trip, since you're paying $75 per year effectively, it's like you're paying $10 per Priority Pass visit. I think that's a pretty good deal. And one of the best things about this credit card is that you actually earn 3 times the points on any mobile wallet purchase. So you add this card to your Apple Wallet, Samsung Wallet, Google Wallet, and no matter whether it's travel, dining, Walmart, Costco, Sam's, you're going to get 3 times the points. And those points are worth, just like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, 1.5 cents if you book travel through the US Bank travel portal.
I'm just saying, with the simplicity of being able to use it as a mobile payment card and make extra points on that, that's very appealing to a wide mass of people.
Yeah, so this card currently has a 50,000 point sign-up bonus, which are effectively worth $750 of travel through their portal. You can't transfer them out, but it's still $750 that you can use towards travel. The fifth one is just kind of like a bonus. I don't have it, but it could make sense for some people. And that would be the Wyndham Business Earner card. And this card is just under $100. And the reason why this could be a keeper card for somebody is because if you're someone that likes to go to Vegas, this could be a card for you because you can match a Wyndham status over to Caesar status and then keep repeating that every year until they take that away. We've seen what happens with these devaluations. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Lufthansa first class and they've just devalued that. So, you know, I don't want to promise you that you can keep doing this year after year, but you can currently match your Wyndham status over to Caesar status.
Miguel, I have a question. Which of these cards do you want and don't have yet? Because you said that 3 of them you don't have yet, right?
Well, I want the US Bank Altitude Reserve if they would have transfer partners.
Same. Yeah, I think that's the biggest drawback for that card.
Yeah, I wish they had added transfer partners, but I mean, you can kind of see that US Bank, 1.5 cents through the travel portal, similar to that 35% rebate on your Amex Business Platinum, because you're getting about the same value, about 1.5 cents per point. And you can book, any airline, economy, business, it doesn't matter. And you're getting 1.5 cents per point. And you're earning them at 3x if you paid with your mobile wallet. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a great card for someone who doesn't travel as much as we do. People like us who travel a lot, I think we really value the transfer partners.
If I could apply for any of these and be accepted, I would get the IHG card. I've mentioned before, if Chase would allow me to do a product change from one of my other Chase cards, like my United card, over to the IHG with no bonus, I would still get the IHG card. Because you could buy IHG points during the promotions like all the time and get great value redemptions with that way. And with a 4th night free, yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Miguel, I love your list, and I think it's interesting that you picked the Hyatt card. Now, for someone who loves Hyatt as much as Nicole, why was it not on your list?
So the Hyatt sign-up bonus is a little, how does Mitch say it? Meh? And you still have the option to earn much more points from the ink cards. And I just think that's a better way to stay at Hyatt than to have the Hyatt card.
But you don't think getting a free night certificate at a category 1 through 4 hotel for only $95 annual fee is not at least worth that card?
No, she's a category 5 and up girl now.
Oh, okay.
It's Nicole 2.0, remember?
That's right.
Well, yes and no. It's the 524 slot for me. I would give up the 524 slot so I could get one free night or keep that slot open for like, let's say in the span of 2 years, you probably could get 4 to 6 ink cards. So that's a lot more than one free night.
She's category 1 through 4 certificates now.
Exactly. Got them coming out my ears or other orifices, but we'll not talk about that.
I love hearing everybody's keeper card choices, but I think the one thing that I hear in common is the Capital One Venture X card. Now, Mitch forgot to put it on his list, and I think he may have just forgotten it because I know you have that card, Mitch, right?
It's already on my list. It's like a given. It's there permanently.
He just didn't want to be redundant.
Exactly.
That is a card that we all really like, so definitely take a look at that one. So we just shared about the cards that we each individually want to keep forever. It's going to be different for everyone's situation and everyone's different preferences and travel styles. But we also want to mention the cards that should be keeper cards for different situations. Like, for example, the Alaska, American Airlines, and Delta cards, they would probably be good keeper cards for those of you who fly those airlines a lot or have status with those airlines, because a lot of these cards come with free checked bags and maybe companion passes that might be valuable to you. Some other card perks that I think is interesting that qualify them as keeper cards: the Delta Sky Miles American Express cards give you a 15% discount on award bookings. If you book a lot of Delta award tickets, it might be worth having a Delta Sky Miles card so that you can get this discount. And then most of the United cards, they unlock hidden saver award pricing for United flights. So I think that would be very interesting for those of you who book a lot of flights using United miles. And if you fly Southwest a lot, the Southwest Rapid Rewards Priority card might make good sense for you.
Yeah, Serena, I think the Southwest Priority card is the best one out of the 3 personal cards that Chase offers, because there's the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus card that comes with a $69 annual fee. Then there's a Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier card with a $99 annual fee. And even though the Priority card, which is the one you mentioned, has a $149 annual fee, I think it's the only one that makes sense as a keeper card because it has net positive value year after year. And that is because it gives you 7,500 Rapid Rewards points every year as an anniversary gift, and these are worth over $100. And then it also gives you a $75 Southwest credit every year. So with those two things alone, you've entirely offset the annual fee. The Rapid Rewards point never expire. And let's say that one year you're not going to travel on Southwest. You could purchase a $75 Southwest gift card with a priority credit card, and you're going to get that offset as a statement credit. So the gift card will never expire. Your points never expire. It keeps providing value year after year. I think it's the only one that makes sense to keep.
There are also hotel cards that are worth considering as keeper cards, because a lot of these cards, you will get a free night certificate just by holding them. Those would be the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, Marriott Bonvoy Boundless, Marriott Bonvoy Business American Express, the Hilton Aspire, which I love, the IHG Premier Personal and Business cards, the Ritz-Carlton card, and the World of Hyatt card. I personally have the Hilton Aspire card. I used to have some of the Marriott cards, but I canceled them because I felt like I was forced to use these certificates every year. Which cards of these do you guys have?
Yeah, for the hotel cards, I only have the Hyatt card and I have the Brilliant card. And my wife has the Boundless card with Marriott as well.
And you'll keep those year after year?
Not the Brilliant. I plan to downgrade that one. Unless I get another retention offer like I did a year or 2 years ago, I plan to downgrade that to the American Express Bonvoy card. That's $125 per year.
What retention did they give you?
85,000 points.
Wow. Spending how much?
2,000-3,000.
Wow.
That's great.
I even forgot about it like a couple of months later. I was like, where did these points come from? Completely forgot about it.
So I have another surprise for you, Serena.
I like surprises.
My first, oh God, what's the word?
Hilton?
Oh, no. Yeah. I can't.
You can't say it. It doesn't roll off your tongue.
I have my first hotel card, and it's not a Hyatt card. It's a Hilton card.
Wow.
Good job, Nicole.
I never thought this day would come, but here we are. I gave up a 524 slots to go from Hyatt to Hilton, all because of Serena. And the previous episode, we had Hyatt versus Hilton, and Hilton won.
Wow, that's great.
Here we are, my first Hilton card.
Is it because you're going to the Maldives and you need to lower your blood pressure?
Exactly.
Yes, this is like a chicken and the egg story. What came first, the availability for Maldives or the card for the Maldives hotel?
And I'm guessing because Hilton, you only needed one room versus two.
That's it. One room, four people.
We know you
Sign
too
me up.
well.
Our little maximizer.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you very much.
Very exciting for us.
I see that.
I just personally love seeing you diversify, not putting all your eggs in one basket.
But if the basket's good, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Baskets break. I'm telling you.
So Mitch, I'll be low my blood pressure soon, thanks to this Hilton card.
You're going to be 110 over 70 in no time. I know it. To answer your question, Serena, for me, I've got like all these cards. Maybe that's why I have so many cards. I've got the Ritz-Carlton card and I use the certificate on that. We've got, I want to say 4 Marriott cards between two of us, like 2 business, 2 personal on those. And we get all the certificates from that. So I do find value from those certificates because normally I can get more than what the annual fee is with that. I've got the Hyatt cards and we get the annual certificate on that and the IHG card, but we got the old school IHG one where we only pay like $49 for the annual fee, but we get that free certificate anyway. I find all those certificates, I find them useful. That's kind of why we keep those cards, is for the certificates.
If you can redeem those certificates for a property where the cost of the room is more than the annual fee, then it makes it worth it for sure. And then I wanted to mention one more card that I found that I thought would be good for people to look at too. The Choice Privileges Select MasterCard has a $95 annual fee. It gives 5x for gas stations and groceries. It gives 30,000 bonus points every account anniversary. This card doesn't have a free night certificate, but those 30,000 points, that's pretty valuable because Choice hotels in Japan cost as little as 8,000 points per night, and they fit 4 adults in a room. I think Choice is a great brand to look at. And right now, this card also has a 90,000 sign-up bonus, which is pretty impressive as well.
Well, I'm a fan of Choice hotels.
3 months in Japan.
Wow, that was fast math, Nicole.
I've been an advocate for Choice hotels since our meetup in Napa last year.
And then you got Choice mixed with Japan. It's like the perfect combination.
Okay, let's circle back to those airline cards. Are there any airline keeper cards that you have in your possession?
So I have the Delta Gold. I have the Alaska Business.
You have a Delta Gold, Miguel?
Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I need to cancel it.
So then, no, we don't have any keeper cards for airlines.
I have some of them, but they're not keepers. The next cycle they're out. But I think the airline cards are keeper cards for people who fly a particular airline at least maybe twice a year and check bags, because most of these are going to come with the free check bags, and that can offset the annual fee. They're all about $100 or less, except the Delta Gold card. That one, went up to $150. They usually waive the annual fee the first year. But any of the other airlines, if you check bags and fly an airline, except Southwest because they're free, it probably makes sense to get these cards so you can get free check bags. And this benefit also extends to at least 1 or sometimes up to 8 companions on your itinerary. So it could be a good way to offset those annual fees.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
Oh.
This is what I think.
Because you're Team Carry On. Let me guess. Team Carry On.
Yeah.
She's team backpack.
Backpack.
I think these people need to just watch our show a little bit more to learn A, how to backpack, right? And B, team carry on, and learn how to use these transferable points to book more lucrative, more luxurious, more convenient flights and be able to maximize, there we go, Mitch, with that word again, maximize their spending to get, more out of their credit cards.
So Nicole, I know that you like to chase AA status every year. Do you not have an AA card as a keeper card?
Not as a keeper card. I will have it for the benefit. And if it's possible to close the card, wait a little bit and open the card again, then I would. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. You don't have to follow me. There's 4 little boxes on here. Pick your favorite.
How about you, Mitch?
I agree with Miguel. If you are kind of somewhat loyal to an airline, maybe fly it 2 or 3 times a year, yeah, absolutely get the card. Use it. For us, though, it makes no sense because we normally only fly business class. We don't do a lot of coach flights. So
I think you're talking about your household, right?
let me rephrase that. Yes, in our household, we only fly business or above. No, that's our thing. Like if we're going domestic, we're going to buy the ticket. We don't care about those benefits because we're not really going to check a bag anyway. We get value out of the long haul doing business stuff. So I'm kind of with Nicole on those. Maybe just get the card for the sign up bonus and that's it. But I mean, I don't want to discount those people that do get value out of those cards by checking their bags, getting those fees waived and all the other certificates that come with it. So I know that's important to some people, but not for us.
Like my mom doesn't travel a lot, but she has the Alaska card because the only route from El Paso to Seattle is on Alaska as a nonstop. And if she has that card, she flies once or twice a year to Seattle. She can check a bag and use that companion certificate to save some money on their flights. And that's enough to offset the annual fee for her. So that's a keeper card for her. I want to add that even though these are what we call keeper cards, before you decide to keep them, you could also try to get a retention offer. You could always call in or chat and ask the bank if there's any retention offer to keep this card open. Even if you plan on keeping it, it's just worth asking, hey, can I get some additional points if I keep it open, or statement credit? Because sometimes you can get offered a retention offer and just have extra points. If they don't have a retention offer and it is a keeper card, you keep it. And if it's not a keeper card, then, maybe potentially look into a downgrade path. Sometimes you could do a product change or downgrade that card to a no annual fee card so you can keep that credit line open, because that could help with increasing your average age of account for your credit score. And if it doesn't have a downgrade path and it's not a keeper card, then you could cancel it.
So we thought it would be a good idea to talk about this topic of keeper cards in case you might be interested in applying for one of the keeper cards that we talked about that are in our wallets. Or if you're on the fence about one of these cards, hopefully we've helped you decide whether or not to keep it or cancel it.
Let us know in the comments, what are your list of keeper cards? Which cards could you not live without? Which cards year after year you pay the annual fee or you're just happy to get the benefits from?
Today, we mostly talked about travel rewards cards, except for Mitch's Amazon card. That was a little exception. But we didn't talk about cashback cards at all. And there are lots of great cashback options out there. And we're thinking about maybe having a show about cashback cards. If that's something you think would be interesting, please let us know in the comments whether you'd like to hear about cashback cards.
Now, Serena, they really have to put in the work for this cashback card episode, because this is not what we usually do. We need
it's going to require research, homework.
Give me a number for the comments. 20, 50, 100. What's fair for us to, go on this path? I would say we need at least 20 people to request this cashback episode to make it worth our while. So if you really want this cashback episode, we need 20 comments below, and not from the same person, okay, that you want to learn about cashback cards, and we will be happy to do this episode for you.
Okay, you guys heard Nicole. We need 20 or more comments in order to get that cashback episode. So, Nicole, do you have wins and losses for us?
Yes, wins and losses are back. I'm finally back from vacation, getting this routine back together. This week's wins and losses are good. Like they've been stockpiling them for the last 2 weeks. Susie Spad Travels says she's racking up the AA Advantage miles while in Miami using the AA dining portal. The traveling maestra, she booked 7 business class seats to Spain for her family for next spring, but she's not going. She is doing God's work for sure.
That's so generous.
Supernova Travels. She got 10,000 AA points because somebody used her referral link to apply for the aviator card. And she doesn't even know who it was.
That's kind.
Jess Chan 01 got targeted for the Amex Blue Business Plus for 50,000 points with only 5,000 in spend.
That's great.
And she got approved. The Hawaii Mama. She checked and rebooked her rental car from Costco and saved $50 this week. New Woods booked IAH to Lisbon because I posted about the Air France promo. I get so excited when you guys send me your wins and losses. I get to learn from you. I get to share in your wins, your joys, all your experiences with you and your family. Please keep sending them in. We love to air them and talk about them here on the podcast.
Hello, guys. First of all, I love the show. I love the chemistry, and we appreciate all the tips that you guys share to the public. I'm Dion from Las Vegas. Me and my wife really loves to travel. We've been to many countries and places here in the US. However, all of them is just through economy flights. So learning the miles and points game helped us realize that flying in business and first class is possible. We're currently wrapping up our 250K Amex bonus through our business platinum card and looking forward to maximize that for our travel experience with our new baby. So speaking of Amex, is it true that Amex only allows 5 credit cards including personal and business, not including charge cards? If yes, what's your endgame Amex 5 and why? Thank you so much and wishing you guys more success to your platform.
Okay, thank you for your question, Dion. Congratulations on your new family. Gang, looks like he wants to know our thoughts on the 5-slot rule at American Express. Serena, you got some insight on this?
For those of you who aren't familiar with this 5-slot rule, we'll give you a little explainer right now. So American Express has credit cards and they have charge cards. Charge cards are the American Express cards like the green, gold, and platinum, and the business versions of these two. With charge cards, there's no credit limit and you can keep spending on them until American Express gets nervous about whether you're going to pay them off or not. For credit cards, they do have a credit limit. This includes all the other cards like the co-branded ones, Hilton's, Marriott's, Delta's, and the Amex Blue cards. American Express only allows you to have 5 credit cards maximum. If I have 5 credit cards already, and if I apply for maybe a Delta Sky Miles card, I will get an immediate denial. Dion wants to know, what are the 5 credit cards in our 5-card slot right now? I have the Blue Business Plus. This has no annual fee and allows me to transfer to partners if I have no other Amex cards. And then I have 3 Hilton cards. I have the no fee card, the Surpass card, and the business card. And I got all of these 3 Hilton cards last year when they had a really nice bonus with a free night certificate. And then my 5th card is the Lowe's card. This is also a no annual fee card, but I have this card only because I wanted to trigger the large dining bonus on my husband's business gold card. So he referred me to this Lowe's card so that he could get 10x on dining on his business gold card. So with this Lowe's card, I will be canceling it when I need to free up a slot for another American Express credit card that I might want to get down in the future.
Serena, it sounds like by next year you'll have 4 Hilton cards and then the Blue Business Plus for your 5 credit cards.
Yeah, I need a lot of Hilton points for my trip next year, so I'm trying to rack them up.
Well, I too have the Blue Business Plus. The other slots that I have used up right now, I have the Delta Gold card that I just got for the bonus, so I'll be canceling that one. And I have the Brilliant card, which I'm also probably going to downgrade. And then I also have the Marriott Business card because I think the free night certificate that I get from that offsets the annual fee. And I do have the 5th slot currently open. And I don't know, maybe I'll go with a Hilton as well, since everybody's gearing towards that, especially Nicole.
Especially Nicole.
Come join us.
Okay, Dion, my end game with American Express is to be a good little bee and not get shut down or thrown into pop-up jail. That's my end game with American Express because I got a little confession. They say confession's good for the soul, right? Let me give a little more context about that. So we talked about American Express last week. I've been a proud American Express card holder for, I think, 22 years now. And the reason why I've been with them so long is because I had a small little mishap back when I was younger and stupid. I'm talking about like a full charge off on one of their cards that I just didn't pay. But it seems that they've come down the forgiveness path with me. They've forgiven me, and American Express and I were best friends again. So that's a story for another episode, not today.
Might be a bonus points episode one day.
Might be.
Sure, we can talk about that. But I don't know if I have what I would say is like an end game with American Express, but a more let's continue on game with them. I'm a big believer on trying to get a retention offer out of them. Like Miguel had talked about a little earlier. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. But, you know, those retention offers help offset the annual fees of those cards. So if I don't usually get a retention offer, I usually have no problem canceling that card. In fact, I just canceled my Platinum card because I didn't get a retention offer on that. And I ain't paying another $695 a year for that card that I don't feel like I get any value from. The current 5 cards that I've got with American Express are the Hilton Business, the Hilton Surpass, one of the Marriott's that I have no idea what it is. It's the 95 annual fee $1, I think. It's an old SPG card that I was too lazy to do anything with, but you know, I like that free night certificate. And I got my 2 Blue Business Plus cards. And here's the thing, my annual fees, they just came due on my Hilton cards, but I decided to keep them open for another year because they charged me the old annual fee on both. And with the new quarterly credits, I can actually make a little bit of money back on those cards for my upcoming Hilton stays. Also, I'm hoping to get one of those magical secret upgrade offers to the Aspire card, you know, where you get like 125,000 points or more to upgrade. Haven't seen one of those in a while, but yeah. That would be nice if I could get one of those. So that is my 5 cards with American Express story, and it's a continuing story. Nicole, your American Express 5 cards, what are they?
Dion, congratulations on your growing family. I hope to see you and your player 3 traveling in business class very soon. Now, I have a little confession to make. I heard about this 5 card thingamabob like a few months ago. I paid it no mind because I'm like, they're not talking to me. And because of your question, I had to do some research today. Logged into my American Express accounts, and I'm like, I only have charge cards. I'm totally safe. Apparently, I'm not as safe as I think I am. I thought all I had to worry about was 524. Now I have to worry about 5 cards in the Amex world. So the cards I currently have that are not charge cards, so of these 5 cards, my oldest credit line, this is a Delta Blue, I don't even know what the name is card. I just know there's no annual fee. I don't get the 15%, but I've had this card for over 20 years.
I don't think they have a card with that name anymore. Delta Blue?
No, the color is blue. I don't know what it's called.
I thought it was called Delta Blue card.
No, it's Delta and it's blue. At one point, it was only earning half a point per dollar. That's how bad it was.
Oh, wow.
Half a point. That does not meet Mitch's expectations.
It does not.
I kid you not, though. I managed to rack up 160,000 points on this card in like a 10-year span. I have no idea how. So I have that card. Then I have the Lowe's card. Just like Serena, I opened to trigger the bonus on my husband's business gold card. Then I realized now that I'm the proud member of a Hilton card, for some reason I thought the hotel cards didn't
Proud.
count.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mitch, take that out.
No. She's proud.
She's going to start wearing an I Love Hilton shirt.
Hilton.
Never that. So those are my 3 slots so far. And I was planning to get the Hilton Aspire card. And I just got an offer in the mail for the Blue Business Plus card. So then if I get those 2, then I'm capped. Where do I go from there? So if I'm going to fill the 2 slots, that's what I'm going to fill it with. Hopefully in a few months or so, I will be able to cancel the Lowe's card and free up a slot. I like to keep the slots available, for flexibility. I hope this helps you in your decision, but what you realize is that we all hold the Amex Blue Business Plus. It's 2 points per dollar and no annual fee. So we think this is a great card to take up one of those 5 slots. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do with all your Amex points when you meet this minimum spend. Please send us pictures on your vacation.
And Dion, you're in Las Vegas. I know what you could be doing on December 7th.
Come and see us.
On the West Coast.
The West Coast.
West Coast.
Guys, don't forget to check out in the description the link to sign up for our meetup on December 7th. We will be meeting in Los Angeles, the so-called West Coast, Best Coast. But you get to meet all 4 of us, chit chat, learn all the things about points and miles. We look forward to seeing you then.
On the best coast, the West Coast. toast is what it is. Also, leave us a comment and let us know what 5 cards are in your American Express slot, helping Dion with his question about which American Express cards to choose. We also want you on our show as well. Just visit our website, letsgettothepoints.com, and click on subscribe, and there you can send us your video question. That's it for now. I want to thank all of our hosts. It's Serena.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Miguel.
Later.
And we'll see you next week, Nicole.
See you guys next week.
And I'm Mitch Shannon. Make sure you join our email newsletter for the latest and everything going on in the points and miles world. And we'll see you here next Friday. Thank you for watching and listening.
Let's get to the points.com.